Welcome to ISIS in the Bible Winter Gathering, week number 8, Negative. This week we continue our journey through Metaphysics 101, exploring the deeper meaning behind a word often misunderstood. The question for today is, what does the word negative mean to you? What if negative originally meant something good? The removal of what blocks seeing clearly. Over time, language shifted and we came to associate negative with absence instead of clarity. Together, we will explore negation as simplification, stillness, and remembrance. Just as we look through a different lens, one that invites calm waters and clear reflection. We went around the room and when we talked about what does that mean, and we got a lot of different answers, but I think there's a consensus that the most simplest line you could ever make of calm waters that would mean everywhere, and you see this anywhere on the Egyptian walls, is a flat line. There's no waves. This is the all-pervading ether, love, pure love. And whereas when there's a wave, that means it's in manifest. Red shift tied to the blue shift. It's not duality. The one and the one are tethered. The one is the feminine, making sure that the masculine, the manifest, is always brought back to the point, the stillness point, right? Because that's what the waves represent. So just quickly, what's going on in the sky? Just a reminder that February the 27th, the sun aligns with the North Node. I mean, we're going to see what experience. When the moon does that, we see electronics, all kinds of things not working properly. So this is a reincarnation gateway. So things can absolutely change for you on that day. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to incarnate? What do you want to reincarnate? It's the same thing. So your images can become realities depending where you're at and how your chart's affected. Again, this is happening right near where the California coastline. So just a thought to keep in mind. And then as Ceres moves towards Mary, like Ceres' relationship, Ceres is also harvest, right? So this is happening on March the 1st. So relationships, new relationships, relationship changes, changing wombs, all that could be affected at play. The beautiful part is the sun is still going to be in eclipse position with the North Node, right? The head of the snake, which the head of the snake is a very positive thing. It's a beautiful thing. So that means what your thoughts are, what you want to reincarnate is at play. And what you want to change in your life, relationship-wise, is at play. But look at this, at the exact same time, the other Mary Magdalene, is on the midheaven at the top of the chart at Jesus on the Mount location. So that's March the 1st. Let us know what you feel. So I just wanted to give a reminder that we showed this back in February 12, 2025 about the bull when Uranus was moving in and out and to enter Taurus, right? Which entered Taurus and stayed there in Taurus as of March the 18th, 2025. And as we remember, the last time that this happened, people were changing houses, exodus. So we wanted to explain that, and that market crashes and the market's affected by it. So that's going to be a reminder, because a lot of people are potentially changing their houses, whether forced or not. So Uranus represents your world, the roof over your head, the womb, etc. We said get ready as Uranus finally finished the third crossing into the Taurus, the bull, officially marking the fall of Babylon. People's material worlds are crumbling. People are moving from their homes, some by choice, others by non-loving means. But it all has to stop. So this is happening. People aren't people saying, oh, you can't be here, you're an immigrant, you got to move. It's karmic. Nobody will come to do anything to you if your mind and your body you've negated all those karmic waters from your body, right? So I'm not sure about you, but I'm seeing many people that are at crossroads of losing their home because mortgages, debts, etc., which are all about to crumble. We have to see that whole jubilee and manifest it all day long. Make sure everybody's at peace in your images, which is the sincerest form of prayer, is your images. So we can only help fix this with love. This is where we help others lift up their worlds by guiding them to love and karmic release processes, i.e. the 5-step. Everyone is to wave the white flag. Everywhere on the news, if they're sharing something that's not loving, just close your eyes and imagine it. Everything there is beautiful because that's your world and that's how you want it to be. So look at this picture. Look at the stillness. So today we continue from last week's exploration of stillness, the black hole, the place of pure potential. Today we look at a word that most of us have been taught to resist, the word negative, which we call negative. Before we define anything, just notice what arises inside when you hear that word. For many, it means something unwanted, something heavy, something to avoid. And yet in nature, in mathematics, in language, and in wisdom traditions, negative does not mean bad. It means stillness. It means recharging. So it means to subtract, to remove, to clear away. When the waters are stirred, we see distortion. When movement settles, clarity appears. So tonight, we're not adding new beliefs. We're doing something simpler. We're exploring what happens when we negate the noise, when we remove what is unnecessary, and allow remembrance to arise on its own, the remembrance of the wisdom that we always come back to. You may notice thoughts coming in. This is natural. Just let them pass like waves crossing calm waters. This is a term that we're going to get into of what the ancients called meneme. So thought is not about doing more. It's about seeing what remains when less is added. So let's look at this in its simplest possible way. If adding creates motion, then subtracting creates stillness. This plus sign builds, multiplies, expresses. The minus sign removes, simplifies, and clarifies. So sometimes when things leave our relationship, it's for the good. Old memories needed to resolve. They're both okay. Both exist together, but they're not dual. One is tethered to the other. The negative line is the pure potential. It is the black hole. It is the pureness. It is stillness. Does not these stillness images make you feel incredible? So tonight we're exploring what happens when we move toward this minus, not as a loss, but as a remembrance. So we're going to do something a bit different from meditation, which is a ritual and a practice called melite, a ritual. That's what meditation is. It's a ritual. We're going to do meneme. You're going to blank your mind. You're going to take this in. You may have thoughts come in, and that is what part we want to stay focused on, the simplicity of what you're about to see. Erase all programs for today. Blank the mind so you can focus. That's meneme. Action builds the world of experiences. Addition builds the world of experiences. Subtraction reveals what's always and already there. So again, the minus sign is subtracting, simplifying, stilling, returning towards the origin. That's meneme. When you think about this process, that is meneme. When we do meditation, where we blank the mind, that is what comes from melite, which means you're doing a ritual, a practice. But if you don't know why you're doing it, and you're not negating things so you can understand who you are and where you are from, which is not a place, it's pure potential, pure love. The origin ancient three muses, Iode, Melite, and Meneme, the three original Boeotian, which is a region in Greece, muses. Melite is a practice, method, doing. Meneme is remembering what was never lost. One path adds practices, the other removes interferences. Because a ritual and a practice doesn't get you there. It's got to all be done in the mind via negativa. So this is from Ken Wheeler. So Iode is the muse of magic, song, story, but deeper as meaning, the vac or logos, the vacuum, which we have volts AC. Melite, the Latin Bible when translated, haga melite, into meditatio, i.e. meditation, is the muse of practice or ritual, not the best form of obedience to a higher principle. What you're doing today is talking about this sign, this stillness sign, is meneme. Literally meaning memory, recollection. However, metaphysical recollection, sati, is what it's called. Not conventional recollection. I remember it's this way. No. Let's do the higher principle, understanding stillness and the tether to it, and the divine feminine that tether us to it. So rather as meaning amnesis, it sounds like amnesia, right? Apothic theurgy. Meneme or Menacine, daughter of Uranus and Gaia, mother of all the muses. Meneme is bearer of the light of recollection. So have you heard of theurgy and how it can be practiced? Theology speaks about the divine. Theurgy removes what prevents us from remembering it, i.e. brings us to wisdom. So we'll talk about what Ken Wheeler writes. Theurgy, sati, samadhi, meneme, amnesis, all these words mean via negativa, via negative, neti, are some of the many terms used to refer to spiritual demodulation. Demodulation is removing those waves. Remove them in your mind so that you can see the pure stillness of where you're from, pure love. So basically, spiritual demodulation is removing the muddy waters, i.e. the non-loving memories and the waters which we do with the 5-step forgiveness process. We want to get to these calm waters. We want to eliminate the muddy waters and go back to pure clear waters. So the inertial vector of spiritual rest directed away from the identification with and dilution among phenomena, either material or immaterial, thus is unified the simple logic of transcendence, which is spiritual demodulation or theurgy. Agnosis erased is transcendence manifest. Agnosis means the lack of wisdom. Freedom comes from understanding this wisdom, this meneme practice of what we're doing right now. When you focus in on this simple truth, you can connect with it. Your whole world changes because you are one with love, and you're removing those materialistic type things that are not necessary in our life. And right now it's being demanded as we're on this Phoenix rising, because pure love is back. That's called Isis. So what Ken says, theurgy is retroduction, which we've already said there. Theurgy is this objectification from all objective identity. In other words, you're not the body, which perpetuated and fostered by and through primordial agnosis. So agnosis means lack of wisdom. So when we don't have this wisdom, we get stuck in what they call samsara, where we're constantly being thrown off the side of the boat by the waves. So true theurgy is meneme, or Platonic recollection, the demodulation of the root uncaused cause of embodiment. So if you want to embody in great peace, then that's what you have to think about. These beautiful things that you're tethered to pure love, that stillness. There is no duality. And only you can take yourself out of it by negating all those things in your waters. So again, if you had to make a universal symbol that represented calm waters, what would it be in the simplest way? Well, of course, it'd be a flat line, which we call the negative line. And now to make one that would represent motion, what would it be? Well, it'd be a wave, right? It would be a field. So negation is to calm the waters, is letting the sediment settle. So the wave is okay, but wisdom remembers the waters, the pure waters. So ground is stillness, receptive, undisturbed, which is pure love. Waves is equal identity, motion, and expression of who you think that you are. So yes, who we are in this physical body is 100%. What we've left behind is the waves. Hence why we want to manifest our next future. I know you've seen this image before. So remember, it's simple wave mechanics. We can't see the love wave that always grounds us. So wisdom is always to understand this. So this is the definition of the cross. The cross means you are in wave. That's the bumpy road that you create. That's being on the cross. We're in manifest. We're on the cross. We're born on the cross and we die on the cross. It's no different than looking at the cross and the zodiac. But we have to, if we keep pumping the waves saying, I'm not good, I feel this, I feel that, and using non-loving words, then you'll continuously keep this wave. But if you start using love, it attenuates and it finds the peaceful shore. That's what we have to work towards. So if positive creates motion and negative creates stillness, then perhaps peace is not the absence of life, but the quiet remembering beneath it. A perfectly flat line equals calm waters. A wave line equals motion. Being that we are infinite, how do we achieve perfect peace? Because we're always on the cross, but we have to just do what? This is where God comes in. God is being that perfect, balanced, simple, calm wave, self-similar, where you're always being in that beautiful perfection that we call God. Now you mastered everything, because it's impossible not to be here. You'll always be here. You're infinite. You get to choose your next life, how it's going to be. And that's why they say, be one with God, be the face of God, be in that perfection. Look at these symbols. Mother Nature is showing us all day long how to be. It has to be. It can't be any other way, because it's the way it works. It can't work any other way. This is the simplicity of it all. So this is negating all the noisy waves so you can be in this perfection model that we call God. And always know that we're from these still waters and we can achieve it all day long. Like what somebody said, when we flatline, right? Beep, 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 beep. We flatline, we're changing bodies. It should be a celebration. We've done our best to be like God. And the more we get there, the more we will be. And our lifetimes are going to be absolutely amazing, because now we're in the age of Aquarius, the age of forgiving everyone. And that's all we have for today.